Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. Today you join me on the banks of a beautiful Cheshire Mere and we're in search of pike. As you can see behind, the sky is overcast and it's due periods of rain today. So for the gin clear water, pretty good conditions. Most of the time I've been fishing here, it's been quite bright days, and don't get me wrong, you get a beautiful sunrise, but not always the best conditions for fishing. If you're new around here, my name's Danny, and every week I put a video on the channel of the fishing, from all things like dace through to carp, tench, rivers, lakes and canals. Barbel this year have been quite popular, and if you take a look at the playlist, I've put them in playlists for each species, and there's a few videos on there on limb waters as well if you're in limb anglers, so well worth a look. And if you like your fishing, 6 o'clock every Friday there'll be a video on the channel. So just gone first light, and as you saw, them deer this morning have moved away like they always do. They disappeared into the forest, and till the evening you don't really see them when you're packing in. But we've got 2 rods out. Got that rod there is on a ledger with a smelt on it. We're zooming there, you can see one just off the shelf, and that is also on a smelt. And we pan round, got these 2 rods both on a float, so we're covering a good area. And as you can see on the trees in the background, when we were here last there was a bit of green in them. At least now all the leaves have gone and we're definitely moving into winter. People who've watched the channel for a while and are here for the piking, I do apologise, there has been a bit of a lack of the piking on the channel. I could have gone the same venues that I've gone every year and make similar videos, and you know, there are venues where I could go and, you know, just to make a vlog, but the channel's got to be about my fishing and not really about what's going to get you the vlog. So what I've been doing of late, I've been fishing the canal quite a lot, probably every Sunday morning for a couple of hours. The reason for that is there is a new adventure starting in January next year. Picking up a new card, and I'm hoping to get on the banks of the River Severn and do some piking on there. So I know new adventures around the corner, and what I wanted to do, what I was hoping to do, was to end my time on the canal with a nice fish. And it's was never going to be easy. I've probably got 2 more weekends at it, but yeah, sometimes in fishing we want that fairy tale ending, don't we, to the session, and it would be nice to get an upper double out the canal as a fond farewell. New adventures are around the corner, and I'll do my best to get more pike videos out, but for today, fingers crossed we can get a pike on the bank. And there you can see the fine margins of piking. Look at that there, the hook barely in. And after losing a couple of pike the last couple of weeks that looked like they were better hooked, you get one in that's basically hooked for a piece of skin. Let's give it a rest and have a look at it. First pike of the day, and a couple of leeches on this side, which tells you that it's been lined up a bit. There's 2 on this side, and I'll put a close-up on screen of them now. But on here, like I've said in the past, anyone who watches the blog, a fish is always a bonus, and they're always lovely colours and markings. It's 8:30 and it's a nice early fish on the bank. We need 1 more and we'll have 1 each, and then we'll just sit back and chill out. It's a weird place, this place. You can have 2 runs in an hour and then nothing all day, or you can get runs all day. It's one of them type of places. But a nice early run. Been fishing about an hour, just come on that smelt and a lovely fish. Let's get it straight back. Gin clear water. Why we come here, beautiful pike like that. Right, so I'll quickly go over the setup for today. Both rods that I'm using are the Corum Snapper Colt 12 foot 3.25 pound test curve rods. On the reel I've got a Corum Zelos 6000, and on there there's 60 pound Drennan Esox braid. So down to the business end, I've got 2 beads on the line. They're just cheap beads from sea fishing, nice and bright, so I know when the float is lying cocked up to it, they'll stand up like that, so I know I'm at the depth. I've got a 40 gram snapper float, and that's just to give me the weight to get out. It's going to be a windy day and I want to get over that shelf into that deeper water. Nice high visible top, and a float that I really got for the River Severn, you know, because it can take a lot of weight. But today I think it'll be perfect for getting them baits out. Got that down to a 40 gram quick change weight, a swivel, and then my 18-inch wire trace. And I'll put a link to the top of the screen now on how I make my traces. Nice and simple. Shop bought ones are okay, but when you make your own, then if it breaks it's your fault, but you know what's gone into it. And sometimes it's just nice sitting of an evening watching TV and making your rigs. The setup for the Ledger, exactly the same rod and reel and line, nice strong setup. You've got a low resistance run ring from Corum, exactly the same one that you use for your barbel fishing will work for this. What you want is the pike to feel no resistance. A 3-ounce gripper lead from Dinsmore's, and the mechanics of it is it sits on the bottom like that. You don't want the bolt effect that you get with carping. You're not trying to hook the pike, you just want that to stay put, and when the pike picks up the bait you want it to move slowly, you know, through the line. As you can see there's no resistance, but the lead stays in place. So you need a strong enough lead that when the pike moves off it's not going to pick the lead up. You want the lead to stay put. Got 2 beads like that to aid separation on the cast, and a 3rd bead just to protect the knot. A swivel, quick change swivel, and then again my 18-inch wire trace. And on this one we're going to put our nice smelly mackerel. But there's 2 simple setups for your piking. Like with all my fishing, keep it simple, keep the mechanics simple, and only make it hard if it's not, if what the place needs you to do it, like popping up a rig if there's weed and stuff like that. But 2 nice simple rigs if you're new to your piking to get you out there and get you going. Right, so really quickly I'll just go over the baits that I've brought with me today on the session. One of the main baits that I would never be without, no matter where I go, is a smelt. A bait that catches pike, rivers, lakes, canals and the mere behind. It's a bait that works everywhere and a bait that I wouldn't be without. So that's one bait that I've brought with me today. These packs that you can see there, they're like a pike pack that my local tackle shop do, and in there you get, you know, mackerel, sardines, a couple of smelt, a good pack to have with you when you want to change bait. And one thing I always say with the piking is I don't necessarily get hung up on baits, although smelt is my go-to bait, but different size of baits. So in there you've got, you know, quite large baits with the sardine, smelly baits with the mackerel, and they are good packs to have. And like I've said in the piking, I do believe that sometimes the pike are more about the size of the bait than the actual bait that's on the hook. You know, if they're feeding on things that are that big and you put a smelt out, it's just a nice size bait for them to eat. Whereas if they're eating bream and bigger food items, then, you know, your bigger baits like your herrings and your sardines come into play. But smelts and them type of packs are the ones that I wouldn't be without. And then obviously we've got the larger herring, and they offer you a much larger bait to try. So there we've got like a nice selection of baits. I would normally bring lamprey with me as well, because that is a bait that you can cast quite far if you want to get out quite far into the mere. But that is a selection of baits that I've got with me today, and plenty of choice and changes that you can make during the day. So time to sit back, have a nice hot chocolate, and it's been about an hour since that pike. I've just recast both the rods, and just time to sit back now and wait, and hopefully, you know, some fish move through. Hopefully we'll get one more take. You know, the hope when you come on these sessions with two of you is you get one each. But on days like this, on venues as big as this, we always do share the runs. You know, whoever's rod goes first, they have a run, and then the next one that goes is the other person's. And then after that, it's just the lap of the gods then. But there isn't a finer place to relax. So my mate Steve, just into his first fish of the day. When we get it in, it'll be a result. I said at the start, we always come for one each. And see if we can get this one in. Get in there. That's a result, that. Fish each. It looks like a slightly better one. That's a result. Let's get it out and take a look at it.
It's been a good couple of hours since Danny's fish. Not great conditions today, but had baits out there all morning. Roach, smelt, sardines, put lamprey on for 10 minutes and straight away with it, gone. So we don't know whether that's the bait or not, or have we just cast into the right place. You never know with this place, but there's one each now and we're quite happy.
So proper chop on the Mere today, as you can hear on the camera. Different to the conditions I've fished in the past, it's always been quite clear. So we're moving into the last hour now, and like we said on here, you know, at 8:30 this morning, you're full of confidence and early run, and it's amazing how the day can just, you know, go away. The hours pass by, and it has been a good day on the bank. You know, plenty of chatting with my mate, and you know, it's been what I wanted it to be, a relaxing day away from work, ready to go again for the next couple of days, and then we've got the weekend. Right, so the session comes to an end there now. The last of the planes of the day are going overhead and the darkness is moving in. I hope you enjoy this vlog, and I try and include as many hints and tips as I can in the vlog about how I approach this venue, you know, with the rigs and the baits. But it isn't a place that is action packed, I know that, but I do hope you enjoy the vlogs. It's a place that I love fishing, and a place that, you know, I really enjoy relaxing on. Casting the rods out and sitting back and chilling out. The rods are about to come out behind me. If anything else happens, I'll put it on after this, but if not, as the last of the planes go overhead, I'd like to thank you all very much for your support on the channel. Tight lines in your own fishing. It'd be great if you could like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.